Hey, good afternoon. Today is Monday, August 8th, officially 1 week before teachers report back to school and 9 days before students do. It's been a little while since I've done one of these videos. So I just want to touch base and give a little update of where things are at and a little preview of the year that is to come. You're going to hear a general theme if you have not heard or seen in the newsletters that have gone out from all the principals, a general theme of a reset, a reboot, whatever terminology they are using, but the thought process is the same, and that we're wanting to kind of revert back to the pre-COVID times as far as our mentality and our approach to things. Everyone knows the last couple of years have been difficult. They've been a challenge for everyone. And yes, COVID did cause a divide in our communities for various reasons. But the reality is now, I think everyone's come to terms, COVID is not going away. We're just going to have to adapt and live with it. And I think we're doing a better job of that. But there's always going to be something else. For instance, the monkeypox thing is, that's the next thing. So with that in mind, I just ask that, as you watch the news and see the reports of the teacher shortage, we are so thankful to have the teachers that we have. I've sat back with COVID for the last 2 years, have observed and personally felt some of the anger. People were angry and upset, and some of the lashing out at staff really was uncalled for. It doesn't make it right. So if we could, we know everyone is trying their best. Nobody is perfect. And just show a little appreciation, a little grace for the people that are, doing the best they can and dealing with our most precious resource, our children. So I really want to reach out to them and just say thank you for what you've done, and thank you for coming back and being here, because not every school can say that right now. One of the things that will not be happening this year is the COVID update I have been sending out for the last 2 years on a weekly basis. Let's just be honest, with the parameters that were in place, that we could not accept a home test. We were accepting only the PCR test. The numbers were not accurate. We know in our neck of the woods, families have access and have funds to buy home kits, and we're home testing. And I know, we all know the numbers were higher than what were in that report. Was it close? Yeah, it was close. And you can certainly identify trends. And as you watch the news and follow different health reports, I'm sure it was, following those trends. But then I even spoke with Monica Hendrickson, who's Peoria County Health Department, and also a Dunlap resident with Dunlap students in the schools. And she agreed it's time to be done with that. So if you're wondering, what are our COVID protocols going to be this year? The exact same as they were last year is how we ended the year. If your students want to wear a mask, they're certainly more than welcome to wear a mask. Mask will not be banned, but they will not be required, just as the same as we did at the end of last year. So think back to how we ended in May. That's exactly how we're going to be starting this year. If you have further questions, feel free to reach out to myself, or your school principal will probably be the best or closest person to you to ask for some of that guidance if you need it. With that being said, we need kids to be present in school. We were, out of necessity, a little lax on our attendance policies in reference to prior years. I mean, come on, we were kicking 2 kids out 2 weeks at a time. So it was kind of difficult to be too stringent on attendance and things of that nature. But I know, for example, we had one student at the high school had 37 absences. Usually we try and cut that off about 7, because you miss more than that, you're missing enough of the material. It's going to make it hard to actually justify passing you in that class, because you just haven't been there for enough of the material. Not that we're not going to show some common sense and some understanding. We're still going to have kids that are going to be sick. And if your kids are sick, please keep them home. We want you to keep them home. But we're also going to be a little more apt to go back to the way we used to do things, because we need our kids to be present in school and to get the instruction from the teachers live in person, because that is the best way to learn. If you are needing transportation or have transportation concerns or issues, just an update on that. Dwayne Peterson is now the temporary. He's filling in the interim director of transportation. We're in the process of hiring a new director, but Dwayne Peterson has done it before. He's a phenomenal resource and already has things in line for this year. But your questions, if you have them, should be directed towards Dwayne Peterson. We also need your help. And we're feeling the labor shortage just like everyone else. We need cooks, we need custodians, we need teachers' aides, bus monitors, all those uncertified, non-certified positions. Even if it's on a substitute basis, if you're not looking for full-time employment, I totally understand. We'll take you in whatever capacity we can get you to help us with. So feel free to reach out and take advantage of some of those opportunities. They would be greatly appreciated. Parents, part of what set Dunlap apart is the activity of the parents. Good, bad, indifferent. Our parents are engaged and they're active, and that's what has made Dunlap what it is. And that is appreciated, and we need more of that. So parents, please, you are part of what has made our district great. We need you at those back to school nights and those types of things, of showing your support and your engagement in the educational process. That's part of that reboot, reset. Let's get our parents back in the buildings and doing what we were doing before that set us apart from everyone else. We also are not ignorant of the fact that there are people that are struggling still. Totally understood. We have access to many, many resources, not only here at the school, but also through Peoria County. So if you are struggling, you're in need of resources, whatever they may be, please reach out to your schools. We can help you, and we're here to help you and your students in that regard. But we need communication. We need those parents engaged and involved and working with us again. That would be great. I want to conclude on basically our diversity. We are a diverse district. I would make the argument the most diverse district in Central Illinois. Now, I know Peoria Public Schools has a greater minority population, but as far as diversity goes, Ridgeview alone, as of this morning, I asked, 40 different languages are spoken in that school alone. That's just Ridgeview. That's a wealth of cultural diversity that we have, and that's just one school. We obviously have 7 others. But to me, that's what sets us apart. That's what makes us great. That gives us perspectives and opportunities to learn from one another. We need to respect everyone's beliefs and viewpoints on life, and then learn from those, embrace those, because that, in my opinion, is what has set us apart as a district and made us unique and made us attractive to those that are moving to this area. So with that being said, I wish you a wonderful year. Please be safe. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Take care.